So behind me is Côte Brasserie, and let me assure you, yes, that is how I'm going to pronounce it for the entirety of this review, except for one time when I'm going to pronounce it properly. There's about 84 of these in the UK, but that's what Wikipedia says, so frankly, who knows how many there are. Well, I haven't been to one for about 10 years, but as a wise food blogger once said, let's give it a go. So you would think that in all my years on Earth, I would have actually have worked out what a brasserie is. And I had to look it up before I came here, because I was like, what even is a brasserie? And my understanding is it's kind of like someone that does more traditional food, is destinational, but not particularly fancy. And this is Côte Brasserie, which is obviously a really famous chain, although it's changed its name and it's probably pronounced Côte, not Cote, but I'm not going to do that for this whole video. This one is at the South Bank. I love South Bank, easily my favourite part of London, and I actually haven't done any reviews here, and it was only when I was thinking, when I got back from doing the ones on Saturday, I was like, oh, I've been to the South Bank. The South Bank, though, this whole area is not well served for a restaurant. This is one of kind of a few options. There's an Honest Burger next door. There's a Giraffe still down the front. There's a Pret-a-Manger, which is obviously not a restaurant, but I do love their sandwiches. Yeah, and what I'm really hoping for here is this is not my pet hate of going to dinner at a business, but going to dinner at a restaurant, and I sort of hope they've managed to keep it authentic. I'm going to get something on the menu that I have never had before, something I hadn't had for a very long time, so that's going to be a bit of fun, even if it's not so good on the other schools. Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to order and let's give it a go. Actually really nice sounding things on here, really interesting stuff like some camembert, French onion soup, which actually I've never had. Some crab, liver parfait, scallops, which would be good. I've actually gone for the steak tartare, which I haven't had for years. The mains, things like fish soup, lots of fish options, pan-fried salmon, tuna niçoise, a couple of vegetarian options, confit duck. They do steaks. For me, it's like, I don't see the point. I actually haven't been to Hawksmoor, like either obviously for a review, but actually never personally. That has such a reputation for being the gold standard for steaks in London. I'm like, actually, if you're eating out in London, why would you get a steak anywhere from anyone that wasn't trying to do something really special with steaks? They do some burgers. There's an Honest Burger next door. I mean, I guess if you really want a burger, here you are. It's quite interesting they do a fixed price menu, but the stuff on there doesn't seem interesting. They do have steak free, and actually reminded me, I've got to do that restaurant where they only do steak and chips. I think I'm probably going to do that Saturday. Do some desserts. You know, it sort of is fine. The fixed price, pretty good. 2 courses, 20 quid. 3 courses, 24. The fish stew that I've gone for is 20, and the steak tartare is 10.25. So not on the cheap end, but let's see whether it's interesting. So the steak tartare is already here, which must have been all of 3 minutes. I guess it's relatively easy to plate up. All you've got to do is make an egg and put I don't even know what they call one of those little ring things around to fit the tartare into. Looks really good. I've got some bread, I've got some egg. I'm going to try a bit without fussing with the bread and egg first. Yeah, that's nice. It's got a little bit of bite to it. It's really flavourful. Oh, I've missed that. I haven't had this for years. Actually, that is really nice. I'm going to try getting some of it up on the bread. Yeah, so I've got a bit here that's got some of their egg on it as well. That's really good. It's really satisfying. Just going to try some of the bread on its own. Bread doesn't feel like the dough was made on the premises. It feels like they're buying that in. But okay, we'll wash that up when we look at the price. But this dish was £10.25. The food has come out so fast, like I was fully in the middle of something else then, and it's just like, oh god, I've got to break off and do it. So we've got, smells really good. I actually haven't had mussels for ages. It's loaded up with prawns, got some potato in there, some more of the bread, some fish description, which if I'd read the menu properly I would have known what that is. The bread is the same bread, which I'm not super looking forward to. Let's get started with the easiest thing to eat on camera, which is one of these prawns. Let's go and get some of the juice. That's really hot. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. Try some of the potato. Oh, it's flavoured nicely. Yeah, it's really good. Try some of the fish. Yeah, that's good. Let's try one of the mussels. Gosh, it's been years since I've had mussels. I actually forgot what they taste like. Yeah, this is perfectly good. It's fine. I'll catch you in a minute. So, fun fact about me: this is the first time I've ever had a cheese board in a restaurant. Don't ask me why. I love cheese, but I've never actually done this before. I think it's too complicated to kind of do on camera, so I'm always going to wash it up afterwards. But I've got the same bread, which they keep providing. Got some crackers, got some cheese, got a little bit of jelly and some relish. So I think I ordered Americano as well, but I don't know where that's gone. Do you know what? I had forgotten how much of a vibe the South Bank is. So I'm sitting here in the National Theatre. It's one of the really few places in London where you can come and you can kind of sit down, get your laptop out. There's no pressure to kind of buy teas, coffees. The facilities are great. It's weirdly the only other place in London that's a bit like it. Well, there's two other places. One is the festival hall next door, or the Barbican, which says something of brutalist architecture and city planning in London. So, yeah, Côte, as I'm going to persist in calling it, something of a surprise. So let's kind of see where it lands in terms of the score. So the ambience was, I think my thing about the ambience again is, well, not again if it's the first one of my videos you've seen, is like, actually, what have they done over and above just going to get a fit out from a fit out company, just put something in? I'm going to give the ambience 3.5. It was, I think that's really because of the atmosphere. Like, the environment, not so good. The atmosphere was good. The service, bit of a mixed bag. The two people who looked after me were really friendly. One of them was getting into the spirit of it and kept doing all his bits in French, even though I'm pretty sure he wasn't French. But that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. But it was a bit slow and it kind of was difficult at the end to kind of get attention and stuff. So I think I would have given it 4. I'm going to knock it down to 3.5 because the service wasn't quite there. The food, it was quite simple. Again, it was fine. I think weirdly that bread let it down. I think once I got the idea in my head that bread wasn't made in-house and they brought it in, but they put it on everything, right? So I got it with the starter, I got it with the main, and I got it with the cheese board at the end. Yeah, the food was good. I'm going to give that 3.5. I think it was solid. It was solid. Finally, then the price. About the price. That was £57. And we can break that down. We can look at, we've got the main was 20, the starter was 10-ish, the cheese board was 10-ish. I had Diet Coke and an espresso, and an Americano, and then the service on top. So that came to about 57 in total. I think the pricing, I'm gonna knock the pricing down. I'm gonna say the pricing was 2.5. So unhelpfully, I haven't done a straight down the middle 3.5 because the average would be easy to work out, so I'm going to call that 3.2, which means it's a little bit better than average, but it was surprising. Again, one of the things I've noticed when we're doing this is kind of like, it's a big chain, it's a big private equity owned chain, but they had managed to turn it into a genuine restaurant experience. It's destination as well. You could go there for dinner. What they did was really solid. Yeah, I think it's if I wanted that sort of food, I would seek it out again. But I suspect there are better brasseries. The score is close to average. But anyway, thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. As ever, if you like this video, there's a button for that. If you didn't like this video, I'll feel your psychic energy and do better next time. Subscribing really helps me grow the channel. It means a lot to me personally as well, because I really enjoy doing these videos. I'd love to build this into a proper channel. And if you really want to support me early doors, then there's a Patreon you can find through a link on the YouTube channel. But as I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.